Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. We're going to get right into the love reading for the sign of Libra. Libra, you're coming in with a Queen of Pentacles. Your person, Nine of Cups. You see them as the devil. Wow, they see you as the King of Cups. You see the relationship as a Three of Pentacles. They see it as temperance energy and possible outcomes as Two of Pentacles, and for them, the Lovers. Wow, a lot of major arcana. And another one, the Hierophant. Hierophant talking about tradition. Oftentimes in a love reading, the Hierophant can talk about commitment, marriage, right? Customs, falling in line with customs, right? Yeah, interesting energy. So let's jump right into it. Just remember, this reading is not going to be for everybody, and it's just one story for one Libra out there. So Libra, how do you come in? Queen of Pentacles for you and your person, Nine of Cups. So Queen of Pentacles energy, Libra, you're doing good. You're doing very, very good. You're sitting pretty on your throne. You've done a lot of work, financially, physically, your health is great, right? But not, not out of the blue. You've done a lot of work on that. And you're feeling very good right now. It's time for a little, not, I don't want to say rest, but a little time to enjoy what you've earned. Now, your person is coming in with Nine of Cups. They also very happy. Nine of Cups is gratitude. It's the card for being just satisfied and happy with what you have, the relationships, the connections in your life, being just not carefree, but just satisfied, happy, right? So let's get a little bit deeper. We're going to find out, is this a new connection, a current connection? Let's see what's going on, because as I look ahead, there is some issues to do with finances. We got that devil there and that King of Cups. So let's see what the clarifier is. Knight of Cups coming in. Nice. All right. And an Eight of Swords. Wow. Well, Knight of Cups is the one who comes in and kind of sweeps you off your feet, right, Libra? That Knight of Cups is he's the one who said, he's making his feelings known. Seriously. Like, hey, I'm interested. Let's do this. One of the things, though, with the Knight of Cups is he's not all that committed. He's not the most committed knight in the deck, right? Oftentimes, the Knight of Cups comes with all of the right words, all of the romantic gestures, but the commitment level can be a little bit off. Now, your person is coming in with Eight of Swords over that Nine of Cups. This is interesting. The Eight of Swords is a bit of a toxic energy, right? The Eight of Swords is very much the victim. People who resonate with this energy are kind of in a place in their life where everything is everybody else's fault. They can't, it's not their fault that they're not making the right decisions, but or that they're making the right moves or behaving the right way or saying the right things. But a lot of this is down to an individual sort of closed off way of thinking. If you ascribe or prescribe to a certain idea of life or the way things are, and you don't make room for change, or you don't make room for things that don't fit inside of that, you can come across as being very much like, well, hey, this is just the way it is. It's not my fault. This is the way it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, a lot of times that is down to the way you perceive a situation, or you're handling a situation, right? You're not allowing for any growth or adaptability. So it's quite interesting that your person is coming in with a nice energy of that satisfied happiness with that Nine of Cups, and yet at the same time, this feeling of being like closed off, unable to respond to certain situations, right? Not really taking much responsibility for their decisions. This could be somebody who's very careless with other people's feelings, and then pretty much is like, well, that's not my fault. It's not my fault that you feel that way. You know, I'm sorry that you feel that way. That's the essence of that Eight of Swords. Somebody who's not going to be sorry that they made you feel that way, but sorry that you feel that way. We all know what that is. So it's interesting that you have this Knight of Cups. Certainly have somebody coming in for you who wants a bit of your attention. I'm not entirely sure that it's this person. Let's move ahead and see How you guys see each other? Well, devil energy and king of cups. Well, for you, you see them as the devil. This individual may be a bad influence on you, right? They may be somebody who really takes you down a path that you know isn't good for you, isn't healthy for you. There might be some drinking involved, some sort of playing with fire, some drinking, some bad habits, um, things that can tempt you, right? A feeling of being tempted down perhaps a darker path, a wrong path, or a path where a path of addiction. Devil is the card for Capricorn and Tarot. So we're not going to say Capricorns are all bad, right? I mean, I'm sure some people out there have their issues with Capricorns, but the point is that the devil can represent two sides of creativity. That side that is addictive and obsessive, and the other side that is exalted and highly creative and ingenious, right? So you see them as the devil, they see you as the king of cups. So it's kind of like there's a dynamic here where it almost feels like you're dealing with somebody who sees you and almost in a higher position than them. They see you having a lot of this confidence. The King of Cups has an immense amount of confidence, charisma, right? Sexiness. They're able to flirt, and they're able to they're able to really take charge of relationships or connections with people. And they see you as that, right? So, Libra, it could very well be that as they see you as this type of individual, at the same time, you see them as somebody who's kind of leading you down a path you don't necessarily want to go. It could be sort of bad influence energy, right? Um, there might be a feeling of jealousy here. You may have somebody coming at you, Libra, who is purposely sort of leading you down a path that isn't necessarily the best path for you out of a sense of jealousy or intimidation. If they see you as the King of Cups and they maybe want to knock you off that throne, this individual may want to sort of, I don't know, get you down to their level in a weird kind of way. Let's see what Emperor. Wow. And 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. So you see them as the Emperor. Emperor is the card for Aries. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries. This person is extremely fiery. They have a lot going on with them. They play with fire a lot, especially with that devil energy that you see them with. So it's not necessarily, they may not necessarily be purposely taking you down a path that is not great for you, or a path that might be just too much for you. But this is just who they are, right? And yet they see you, when they see you, they see somebody who is powerful, has money, 10 of Pentacles, very secure. You already exhibit that with that Queen of Pentacles. I already said that at the beginning, right, Libra? You're somebody who's very capable, successful. You have experience with success. You have experience manifesting your goals, so you come across to them as, I'm going to say, healthy, emotionally healthy, financially healthy. And perhaps that's the connection here, right? Perhaps that's the connection. And as we go back to that Eight of Swords, here comes that it's not my fault energy. I do believe that this individual here, the two of you probably are a storm together. You feed off each other, you probably have an immense amount of fun, but there is what they can handle perhaps might be a bit too much for you, right? It's just a bit too much fire for you. And their attitude is like, well, if you can't handle the kitchen, get out of it. It's not my fault, right? But you guys are very much on the same level in a lot of ways. So this is quite interesting. I think this person represents a bit of fun for you, right? A bit of walking on the wild side. Just take care it's not too wild. Now, how do you guys see the relationship? For you, Three of Pentacles, for them, Temperance. Again, yeah, this speaks to the need to build on something and at the same time temper the energies, temper the actions, that you guys are taking. Your individual sees this relationship. It's interesting. I think they see temperance energy there, or the need for temperance energy, again, because what their lifestyle and what they get up to may just be a tad too much for you, right? It could just be a little bit Too much. And they realize that. And they realize in order to have this connection with you, they might have to temper themselves. They might have to adjust exactly how dynamic and fiery they are, with what they want to do and all of the activities they want to get up to with you. It may all just be a bit too much. Now, for you to see Three of Pentacles, same goes for you in the sense that you realize in this relationship, there's going to have to be some work, right? So the two of you get along very well. Um, Again, it feels like a bit of a new relationship, right? It feels like you guys are feeling each other out. And it very much started off as the two of you partying, having fun, being, out and about, maybe a lot of socializing. Again, this individual is the one who very much perhaps swept you off your feet, or perhaps you swept them off their feet. But nevertheless, they're the ones who are coming with all of that fire that you see. And so you know that to have any kind of long-term relationship with them is going to require some work. Let's get some clarifiers. And for them also, they realize any kind of long-term relationship here is going to require them to maybe not be so much, right? They're not to be so over the top. So this is a fiery connection, a new connection. There's the Hierophant again. Always happens in my readings, getting double cards. Yeah, a feeling of, here we go, the Hierophant Libra. You are very traditional. You're a traditional Libra in the sense that you like relationships to fit a certain pattern or a certain sort of structure. You like the idea, I'm going to say, go out on a limb here and say that you like the idea of commitment and marriage, right? Something that is much more traditional. And so this is what you see in this relationship. Your person, though, is faced with a choice. So Two of Swords, it shows that perhaps they're not as traditional as you are. And they're finding that in order to be in a connection with you, they're going to have to make some choices that they're not sure about. Two of Swords, Moon and Libra energy is like, I don't know, which choice do I make? They both look equally good or equally bad, right? It's really being indecisive because neither option is good enough or neither option is viable. And so a lot of times with that Two of Swords, it asks us to sort of go within ourselves and find the right choice, the right path. Sometimes if you're only given two options and neither of them work, you have to forge your own path. And so, yeah, I think that this is a connection. It's probably very recent, and you guys are kind of feeling each other out. You have an immense amount of fun. I'm going to say the attraction is off the chain. The sexual attraction is great. The fun is great. But the long-term prognosis, right, for the relationship requires both of you to sort of for you to, I want to say, maybe create some boundaries, right? What you will, won't do. And for them to realize that not everything is going to fly with you, right? And in order to have a longer term or more in-depth relationship that the two of you are building on, it may require them to make some hard decisions. So right now you guys are having a lot of fun, right? So how does this relationship possibly outcome energies after the next few weeks? Two of Pentacles and Lovers. Your person may indeed fall head over heels in love with you, and they may be willing to make the right decisions to keep you, right? They may be able to decide between, I'm going to say, uh, perhaps their fun and our fun, together, but Lovers is there. So I think that as you guys spend more time together, get to know each other more, get to know the energy between the two of you more, that Lovers is coming in strong for them. However, now you're the one with a Two of Pentacles. And I think you're realizing you may come out over the next couple of weeks, realizing that, yeah, there's a lot more to this connection than I thought. There's a lot more for me to think about. Specifically, how is my money going to how's my money going to be affected? Because they see you as having a lot of money, a lot of success. They may not have that much. And yet they may be wanting to do a lot of things that require the money, right? And so, yeah, here we go back to all the fun and the partying and the going out and the doing things. But I think that towards the end of this, you may find yourself like, hey, hang on a second. Why am I suddenly having to juggle? my finances. I was good over here. Now I'm over here. I'm having to juggle a lot. Meantime, your person is head over heels in love. Maybe you made it a little easy for them. You might have paid for a lot of things. You might have facilitated a lot of the activities and dates and stuff. And so it's interesting that there's a choice there for your person, but at the same time, you find yourself with a choice as well, right? Yeah, this feels like a new connection that may have started a few months ago. Um, and you guys are starting to get a little bit more serious, and there's some issues coming up, right? There's issues coming up with finances, and there's issues coming up with, okay, well, how much are we going to party? And how much are you going to party? How much am I going to party? How much are we going to party together or apart? There's a lifestyle issue here that might be affecting all of you. And again, if we come back to the Hierophant on both here and there, two Hierophants in one reading, definitely Libra, I'm going to say for you, you're the one who wants to have something a bit more traditional. Spirit of the book, spirit of elixirs, there it is, and spirit of the gargoyle. Well, spirit of elixirs, let me come to this first. This is what I'm talking about. Intoxication, uninhibited, shameless, partying, right? And I feel there's a lot of that going on, especially with that devil energy there. There's a lot of that going on. And so I think you're aware of that. You're having fun with that. But at the same time, after a while, it needs to be addressed, right? We have spirit of the book. New chapters, development, unfinished business. Yeah, there is a new chapter here. I'm going to say there is a feeling that you guys are entering a different chapter. Maybe it started out as a party, and now that it's getting a bit more serious, things are developing. There might need to be some adjustments that are made. Spirit of the gargoyle. Okay, intimidation, guardian, protector. Right, so somebody is embodying that protector spirit, that protector energy. There may be some intimidation there, right? Intimidated by the lifestyle, intimidated by how much one can handle and the other cannot, etc. All right, let's get your animal spirits out and see. It's interesting reading. I mean, this is a funny connection in the sense that you guys both really love having a lot of fun, but one of you, and I suspect it's Libra, you're like, I like to stay home a little bit. I like to stay in a little bit. I don't know if I want to howl at the moon every single night. And by the way, it's costing me a lot of money. You know what I mean? The eagle and the deer. So the eagle is the master of the air energy. The eagle is all about bringing your best to the table, your A game, the best of who you are, right? Always trying your best. The eagle can see, right to the heart of things and know exactly what is needed when. So eagle energy is ambitious, it's confident, it believes in itself, right? And it has pride in the sense that it always wants to do the best that it can do. We also have deer energy. Deer is the animal spirit for the mother. So there's a nurturing quality here that's coming in. The mother is fiercely protective and at the same time extremely nurturing, right? So the deer is the animal spirit for giving space and at the same time space to grow and at the same time protection, right? The mother gives space for the child to grow and also protects the child. So this relationship is quite young, as I said, and there's some room for growth. But if there's the connection is here, if the connection is strong, you feel this connection is strong, it is worth protecting and it is worth putting some space in. There may be, as I said, some boundaries that need to be put in place. There may need to be a feeling of like, okay, how about this? If you have this lifestyle, this party lifestyle, I'm good with it. Just I can't always be there a part of it. You go do your thing, I'll do my thing, and we'll come back together, right? I'm not sure that that's going to fly with you though, because you're with the two Hierophants, there's a desire here for a much more traditional relationship that isn't so loose in terms of how much time you guys spend together or apart. So it's interesting reading, Libra. Let's go ahead and pull out your zodiac runes to see what sign you might be dealing with. Now, for some of you, before we go on to that, let me go ahead and pull up my uh my platform, bowandarrowtarot.net. You can go on a platform and go into the tarot section. And I created this platform to sort of be a companion to a lot of the readings and really to your journey in tarot numerology. And for us here, we have twice over the Hierophant showing up. So we can go down to the Hierophant whenever you want to do a bit of a deep dive. Go to the Hierophant and say, hey, this showed up twice for my reading today. I do resonate with it. Let me find out some more. You go to that page and you're going to find out a whole lot more about the Hierophant itself, the card, right? What it represents, a little bit deeper meaning, and maybe you might find it is synonymous with the sign of Taurus. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus. But again, emphasizing stability, tradition, the material connection to spiritual growth. That's what Hierophant is all about. So you can always do that. Go over to bonearrowtarot.net and do a bit of a deep dive into the tarot cards, especially when you're in a reading and there's multiple cards showing up with the same card, multiple instances, and you resonate with it and you want to know just a little bit more. All right, let me take that off. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull out Capricorn. Some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. Okay, pull out the zodiac runes. Some of you are dealing with a Libra. Dealing with yourself. All right, somebody just like you. Libras do tend to fall for each other, just like Geminis. And some of you are dealing with a Taurus. All right, so that's some really beautiful energy there. Um, I really love the fact that one of the other things that you can do, I'm going to bring up this website again. One of the other things you can do on the site, let me pull it up, is that you can go in, log in, and go to your planets. Because sometimes you may find, why am I resonating with this, right? You don't know your natal chart. A lot of people don't know their planets, they just know their sun sign. So, for instance, you can come in when you become a member on the site, it's only 25 cents a day. You can get your daily horoscope every single day based on your natal chart, but you can also go into your actual natal chart and see maybe you have Libra energy there, maybe you have Capricorn energy or Taurus energy. So, these are some of the things that I provide for you at the Bow and Arrow Tarot.net site. Let me see if I can pull up that. There you go. There's the address, bonearrowtarot.net. So along with your research and deep dive into tarot, the blogs that are over there are extremely interesting. You also have a whole section for yourself where you can get into your own natal chart. You can get into your own numerology profile. These are the numbers, your path, your life path number, soul urge number, and see how they resonate, especially how the associated tarot cards may resonate with your numerology chart. So, whenever you get a moment, especially when you're going into these readings and you want to do a deeper dive, go on over there for that. All right, guys. So, let me pull this off. That's it. Thank you so much, Libra, for joining me today. Thank you, cross watchers. I do hope you got something out of this reading. Remember, it's not going to resonate for everyone. But if it resonated for you, why don't you let the collective know about it? Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified whenever I upload. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I wish you love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here in Bow and Arrow Tarot next time. Bye-bye.